Good morning, well, good afternoon actually. It is the 1st of July 2026. We're in the great beyond today. That's a little bit windy, but I wanted to come out. If you know Sheffield, you might even know the location where I am. Although maybe it just looks like some wild track somewhere. But there's a clue for you. I'm walking uphill. In the background, as you can see, there is a large expanse of water, which isn't a lake, it's a reservoir. So I've come out to take a quick walk up to Stanage Pole, it's called. It's kind of a landmark at this side of town. I'm up at Redmires. In the background you can see one of the Redmires reservoirs, which I did a bit of a walk around a couple of weeks ago. But today I'm up here. Most recently I'm walking uphill. Whew. Most recently I've been in town filming in the old Curzon cinema, which is now closed down. In fact, online it's actually all been boarded up now on the outside. So I'm going to try and capture that when I'm next there. So I used to walk up here all the time back in the 1980s. It's a long time since I've walked up to Stanage Pole. I can't actually remember how far it is. Could be a mile. But anyway, when I get there, I thought with all this walking I've been doing since February this year, I'd be super fit, but I don't feel like it today. You certainly get some impressive vistas around here. July the 1st, we have another heat wave. Apparently arriving next week. Oh joy. I'll tell you what, it's a lot further than I thought it was. Where is it? You used to be able to see it sticking right up into the air. Is that it, or is that a tree? I don't know. Let's continue. Actually, I think I can see it on the horizon over there. Oh, I'm sure it used to be taller than that. Anyway, let me get my breath back and then we'll continue. Well, it's 20 degrees. Quite warm, since I'm walking all the way uphill, but it's worth it for these spectacular views. Ah, viva la vistas. Now you see it, now you don't. It's miles away, isn't it? I seem to remember it wasn't that far, but I've not been up here since, the 90s, I would say. Not walked up to the old pole. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's another tree. We're not there yet. Oh. We're ascending. Whoa. Do you know, it's definitely much further than I remember it. That's assuming it's still here, of course. Maybe the council demolished it. Nothing surprises me about our council, but looks like there's something sticking up in the air just up there on the horizon, about another 200 yards I think. But if that is Stanage Pole, it's shrunk. Let's find out. Well, we finally made it. We've reached the summit all the way back down there to Redmires Reservoir. It's actually a substantial drop. Anyway, this is, or was, Stanage Pole. It is shrunk considerably. It used to be much taller than this back in the 1970s. At least, I would say, oh, at least double, probably 3 times as high. Oh wow, all the carvings are still here. Look at these. People have carved their names in the rock. In fact, somewhere on here, my name is on here from about 1976 or something. A lot of it's all worn away on this side, so I don't remember exactly where it was, but it was the in thing to do, to carve your name and a date on it. A lot of them have faded away now. Yeah, there was a load here. They've completely worn away. What date's that? That says that's 1960, that date. K. Taylor. What date's that? 1980. Not sure. That could be a 1989. But most of the older ones have gone, weathered away. But I do remember signing this, carving my name with a little bit of stone. But I don't think, nobody does that anymore though. What date's that? Is that 1980? Is that 1920? I can't tell what that is. Oh, 1880. That date says 1880. Wow. So where's mine from 1976? I don't remember scratching it very, very deep. It was just kind of a surface thing. See, there's one there that goes back to 1948. Now, unfortunately, all the light scratching stuff has gone. Maybe that's a good thing. Return things to their normal state. But oh wow! As you can tell, it's a wind tunnel up here. That way goes all the way out to, oh, I can't remember. I think it goes out to Hathersage or somewhere out that way. Can't remember. But you can walk for miles and miles and miles out into the next county, which is Derbyshire. In fact, you can see Derbyshire on the horizon there. The Peak District, Derbyshire. Because we are right on the very, very edge of Sheffield. There's that house over there. It's a very, very remote house over there that I think was abandoned for quite a while. I don't know if anybody lives in it now, but I think somebody did buy it. Yeah, it's got, looks like it's got solar panels on the roof, so yeah, that's definitely lived in now. So this is the Stanage Pole, but now it's more like the Stanage Stump. It has shrunk. As I said, I've not walked up here since the 1990s, but it was definitely bigger than that. Maybe it got struck by lightning or something. Yeah, being out here in the middle of nowhere, that would be a lightning target, definitely. So a pleasant Wednesday afternoon walk out to the Stanage Stump. Otherwise, well, this area is called Stanage Edge as well. Stanage Pole, as you can see there. Hathersage is Oh, is it only 2 miles from here? Oh, close. It must be further than that. Let's see what it says around the other side. I'm sure we're not close to Hathersage here. I'm not walked that far from Redmires. (1453 feet above sea level), Peak District National Park. Yeah, Stanage Pole. Can't really get up close. Stanage Pole. This ancient boundary was renewed in April 2016. It doesn't say anything about it being struck by lightning or reduced in height though, but I'm quite sure it's shrunk. Or maybe it's my mind playing tricks. Now, I'm sure when you were walking up here, you could see this pole sticking up from fairly much closer to the bottom than you can now. I'm quite sure it was much higher than that. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I've got a stone in my shoe. Ah. So, YouTubers, Stanage Pole. A very windswept location at the moment. Right, I'm going to make my way back down to where I've got my classic Ford on, I forgot the name of the road. It's a road that comes to a dead end just at the bottom of this track. In fact, I've driven up here. Before they put the bollards and things at the bottom, you used to be able to drive up here, not with cars, but I had a 4x4. So I'm guessing about, I don't know, 20-25 years ago, something like that. I came all the way up here in a 4x4. It was an old Daihatsu 4-track, brilliant machine. It would go up the side of mountains, no problem. And I did bring it all the way up here because it wasn't restricted back then. It's very rocky actually. I don't know how I managed to get down again, but those things were built like absolute tanks. Yeah, I can certainly remember bumping my way up here in that 4-track with the dog. Let's look back at Stanage Pole. Yeah, it is smaller. I put money on it, it is smaller. I was going to go into town today, but I was only there on Monday, so the Sheffield market is still closed. Apparently it's reopening tomorrow. They've had a massive cockroach problem. Really inspires you to want to go back there, doesn't it? Because once you've got those insects, they're incredibly difficult to fully eradicate. So who knows? When it's open again, I will go back inside and film and see if I can see anything scurrying around. But I hope they've got rid of the smell of that awful fish. It wasn't even nice fish, it was, I would say, fish past its best. Ugh, nothing worse. So heading back down to the road, the causeway I think it's called, at the bottom. Just next to, you can see 2 of the reservoirs from here. Don't know if you can pick them out. Can't see the middle one though. You can certainly see 2 of them. Close the gate. We've closed the gate. So if you want a lovely gentle walk up a rocky hill, you get some great views from up here. Stanage Edge. Head up to Lodgemore, follow the road all the way to the end. It becomes the causeway, then it's a dead end. You could just park at the end and go through the bollards and walk up here. The other side of the road is the path that leads all the way around the dams, of which I did a bit of that a couple of weeks ago. I might go back and do some more, since we've got some fantastically good weather coming up again. I've been trying to heat-proof my house. I've got this conservatory, and as you know, conservatories are like greenhouses. I put white curtains up at the windows, which has made a bit of a difference, but I'm going to need to paint the polycarbonate roof, because I just get pure heat coming through there. I bought some solar reflective paint to do those whenever it arrives, so hopefully in the next heat wave I can actually sit in my conservatory and not be a lobster. Don't mind being a rabbit, but not a boiled lobster, thank you. Look at that, I'm filming this in 4K, so I don't know if you can zoom in or not, but that's the expanse of Sheffield on the horizon. Really is a massive city. I mean, I can't hope to walk round all of it, but I'm doing the best that I can. Of course, focusing very much on the city centre and trying to log all the changes that are going on. New buildings going up, old ones coming down, unfortunately. Very unfortunately, but oh, you know what they say, that's progress. Yeah. Where does that go? Redmires Plantation, District Woodland. Oh, that's another walk. It's not private. It doesn't say it's private. More places to walk. Sheffield really is such a green city. And if the city centre Greater Green scheme is anything to go by, it's getting even greener. The vista of Sheffield. We're sort of getting closer to it, even though it looks like it's many, many miles away. It isn't really that far. This place is very popular. On sunny days at the weekends, there are hundreds of walkers going up and down here. It does become very busy, that's why I like to walk in the week. And you'll find, you know, a few cyclists here and there. Sometimes you find horse riders and just hikers. Prefer it when it's quiet myself. And it's a great place to walk and think. If you have a problem at the bottom of this hill, you walk all the way to Stanage Pole, thinking, and by the time you get all the way back down to the bottom, your problem has gone. That's not a local superstition. I have in fact just made that up, but it's always worked for me. Wow, I can remember cycling up here in the early 1980s. Cycling up here! I can barely walk it now. I have got my old bike. I don't know whether that's featured in any of the Sheffield Walkabout videos, but I've got an old road bike, a racing bike that I got in 1982, and it's been living in a hedge in my back garden ever since about 1997. Not doing much at all, but just getting rustier and rustier. And a couple of years ago, I dragged it out the hedge. Nothing worked, everything was rusted solid, but I slowly worked my way through it and got it back on the road. In fact, I'll show you it when we get back home. It's currently parked in my front garden, locked to the fence. It does need a new saddle though. It's most uncomfortable because the saddle's split, but you know, it's a relic. It's a relic from 1982. Talking of cyclists, well, perfect timing. I'd actually paid the guy to cycle down here just as I was talking about my bike. Do you believe that? No, me neither. Just coming down towards the causeway now. Now you can see the 3 dams. The big main one. Just in the middle you can see a slither of the second dam because it's hidden behind a wall, and you can see the third one right beyond that. The Great Sheffield Walkabout in the great beyond. That's what I like doing at this. I sometimes have no idea where I'm going to go and film. I just get in the car and I drive and I think, oh yeah, let's go there. Or I get on a bus to town and think, where am I going to start? Should we start at the old market site, or should we go to the Curzon cinema? So I just make it up as I go along. That way it's less of a routine. I don't necessarily, well, I do like routines. What am I talking about? But I like routines to be combined with, I've got the routine of going out filming for this channel, but sometimes I just don't always like to be certain where I'm going. We're right down at the bottom now where the causeway is. So that's it for here. Next, well, I might go into town tomorrow. Find something to do a catch up on. Still pending. Oh, I really want to go and do Ecclesall Woods, but got to get the timing right for that. Anyway, Yellow Rabbit at the causeway below Stanage Edge, up at Redmires. Very well signposted for no swimming in the reservoirs, but back in the heatwave last week there were hundreds of people swimming out here. Yeah, people just are prepared to take the risk when it's that hot. Oh, jumping in a lake last week. Kind of would have been tempted myself, you know. I never did find my watch that I lost here. Got a new one now, but wonder what happened to it. I guess I'll never know.